Hey, imagine you're about to head out to a remote cabin for the weekend and you're juggling a couple of questions in your head. Do I really need a massive inverter, or am I just overpaying for power I'll never use? What happens if I pick the wrong one and end up with a unit that can't handle my power tools or leaves me stuck with a noisy, hot box in the corner? I've been in that spot more than once, scrolling through specs, trying to picture the actual setup, and wondering if I'm about to waste a good chunk of cash. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The SUNGOLDPOWER 6000W Inverter charger is one of those big-ticket items that promises to cover almost every off-grid need you could think of. It's marketed as a pure sine wave, split-phase unit that can feed both 120V and 240V circuits, supports a 24V battery bank, and even throws in an LCD remote panel for monitoring. The headline numbers 6000W continuous, 18000W surge feel almost too good to be true, especially when you're balancing a budget and limited battery space. First, let's talk about what you're actually buying in the off-grid world. Inverter chargers sit at the heart of any system that wants to turn stored DC power into usable AC power while also keeping the batteries topped up from a generator or solar array. The real decision point is less about raw wattage and more about matching that wattage to your daily load profile, the batteries you already have, or plan to buy, and how much you're willing to tinker with wiring. If you're the type who runs a small cabin with a few LED lights, a mini fridge, and maybe a laptop charger, a 6000W unit is likely overkill. You'll end up paying for a capability you'll never tap, and the extra bulk can be a hassle to store. On the other hand, if you regularly run power-intensive tools, say a table saw, a small welder, or a portable air conditioner while you're off the grid, you'll appreciate the headroom this inverter gives you. The split-phase output is a real convenience for anyone who needs both 120V and 240V appliances, because you can wire a standard dryer or a larger vac unit without a separate transformer. Who should buy it? Think of people who already have a 24V battery bank of decent size, anything from a deep cycle AGM or lithium setup that can comfortably supply a few hundred amp hours. RV owners who travel long distances and want a reliable source for both household size AC loads and high surge tools will find the 18 kW surge rating useful when starting up a compressor or a power tool motor. Tiny home builders who have planned a solar plus battery system and need the flexibility to run a full kitchen, microwave, induction cooktop without a generator will also benefit from the pure sine wave output, which keeps sensitive electronics happy. Who should skip it? If you're a weekend camper who only needs a 300W inverter to charge phones and run a small LED lamp, you'll be better off with a compact, cheaper unit. The 6000W model is heavy. Expect it to sit on a sturdy shelf or a dedicated chassis, and it draws a lot of current from the batteries even when you're only using a fraction of its capacity. That means more robust wiring, bigger fuses, and a well-ventilated space to keep the unit cool. If you're not comfortable dealing with high-amp DC connections, or you don't have a proper battery management system, this could turn into a safety headache. Now, let's dig into the practical strengths that actually matter once the box is out of the bag. First off, the pure sine wave waveform is a big win. Unlike modified sine or square wave inverters, this one produces clean power that won't hum or interfere with devices like medical equipment, audio gear, or modern computers. In my research, I saw a few owners mention that their home office routers and smart thermostats behaved exactly as they would on grid power, which is a relief if you're relying on remote monitoring or need a stable internet connection in a remote site. The split-phase 122/40V output is another solid feature. Most small inverters only give you a single 120V leg, which means you have to run two separate units or use step-up transformers if you want to power a 240V appliance. With this SUNGOLDPOWER unit, you can simply wire a standard double-pole breaker and have both voltages available from a single chassis, cutting down on wiring complexity and eliminating the need for extra converters. Battery compatibility is fairly broad. The spec sheet says it works with multiple chemistries, so whether you have lead-acid, AGM, or lithium batteries, you can hook them up without worrying about a proprietary lock-in. That flexibility can save you money if you already own a bank of older deep-cycle lead-acid batteries and are just looking to upgrade the inverter side of the system. The LCD remote panel is more than a pretty screen. It gives you real-time readouts of input voltage, output load, battery state of charge, and even alerts you to overtemperature conditions. 4.